Hey friends, it's Dimitri with your Boschko Streetwear. In front of me here I have this sort of funky layout with packaging materials, stickers, and patches. And I wanted to talk about a very interesting topic, and that topic is the relationship between your packaging materials or shipping materials and the products, and why I size certain items for specific reasons. So, for example, when I started out my business and I started selling stickers, I wanted to make sure that those stickers would fit in a standard size envelope because that was going to be the primary means of me shipping them out for the most part. You know, if someone just orders a sticker or two or a sticker pack, they almost always go out in the standard envelope like this. And what this does is it creates a lot of standards in my business, and it makes things really, really easy in terms of finding, the envelope because there's really standard. And the customer has, you know, certain expectations on the sizes of stickers that they're getting. And from a manufacturing standpoint, it's easier because I'm adhering to certain standards. So, for instance, this would be like the max size that I would make a sticker like this. And this is not the max length that I could make stickers, but it is a common size that I like to use. And as you could tell, both of these stickers fit very nicely in an envelope. I could make it bigger up to here and it still would work out. So for me, what I'm basing the sizing off of is this envelope, and I will probably never make stickers bigger than this envelope simply because of that fact, because it hinders logistics and it causes certain complications to arise. And I'll give you an example. So for instance, if you want stickers that are much larger than this, like you want super large bumper stickers, that's okay, and that's definitely something that you could do if that's what you want to do. But at that point, what you have to do is you have to introduce a non-standard envelope into your shipping system, and that has to be part of your shipping system. And it's a little bit harder to obtain those kinds of items in a sense because, for instance, this, I can go to any store right now and pick envelopes up if I needed to, right? If you have a very strange envelope shape, the shipping costs for that will typically increase, and you're going to have to make sure that you tailor your reordering system to that so that you can get those non-standard envelopes on time and that it'll work for you. So basically all that to say is that you can make items that are weird shapes and wonky items like that, but it's just going to introduce a little bit more complexity into your business. That's all I'm saying. Here is some other examples of packaging materials that I use that fit according to the standards I set in my business that I like to use. So for instance, this sticker will fit into this packaging. It just barely fits, but it does work. So this is the standard envelope, bubble envelope I use, the smallest one for small items like patches, stickers, keychains, that kind of stuff. Here is a poly bag that I use to protect sticker packs, and these all fit nicely in there. And also, this concept applies to the patches that I make. So for instance, I wouldn't make patches bigger than this. This is like a max size for me. And also, the standard for patches is basically around this size. You have patches this big and smaller, and that's the most popular sizes. You rarely will see patches that are really huge and weird because the cost would be enormous and people don't really wear that. They wear patches around this size or smaller, and this is one of the most common patch sizes. And this works really well with the packaging standards that I adhere to as well because these fit in these bags really well. They fit in here really well. They don't really work in an envelope because you can't really ship stuff like this in envelopes. You have to use a bubble mailer for that. But overall, these work really well for the system that I set up. So that's just some things to think about, whether you're selling posters, whether you're using specialized boxes for what you're trying to sell. Really think about the relationship that your product has with your packaging before you make it. And you can run into a situation. I'll give you a perfect example of why it's important to think about this. So you might have a product that's really large, And what might happen is there's a cutoff between what UPS or USPS can send out before it becomes a freight item. And once an item becomes a freight item, the shipping cost dramatically increases. So let's say that you had, I'm just throwing these numbers out there. Let's say that you had an item that was 60 inches long, but the post office can only ship out boxes that are 55 inches long, right? You might want to go back and design that product so it's 55 inches long instead of 60, so that it will fit and adhere to those certain shipping standards and it doesn't go into freight, right? And this is also true with shipping costs in general. I figured out that if you format posters a certain size, they're still big enough where it's a really nice poster that the customer enjoys, but they're small enough where it goes below a shipping threshold and the cost for it dramatically decreases for both the customer and for me as a business owner. So those are certain parameters that you want to think about and work out and see what makes sense for you. What kind of standards do you want to make for your products and for your shipping supplies? If you think about that, it's kind of deeper level thinking, and you go through the work of costs and shipping weights and shipping packages size, it's going to save you a lot of headaches. Your process is going to be more streamlined, and things are going to be way more efficient in your business if you do that. If you guys got any value of this video, or if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.